Hello YouTube, and today I have a interesting video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about my Akura box and basically whether or not I recommend it as a product. So for those of you who don't know, the Akura box is a Dreamcast VGA box, and it pretty much, the big draw behind it is that it has an HDMI output. And, you know, that's pretty good for modern TVs, but it does have one ultimate caveat, and that's that it doesn't do any upscaling. So, if, for instance, your TV won't display in 480p, you cannot use the Akura box at all, which is kind of a big, letdown, or a big downfall of this thing, in my opinion, is because, basically enough, there are just certain TVs that won't use this thing, that cannot use this thing, and trying to find an HDMI to HDMI upscaler is very tricky. So looking at the build quality of it, it's pretty well built, I would say. You know, the shell feels durable enough. Truthfully, I really hate these screws that they put on the top and bottom of this thing. I absolutely hate them. They also come undone pretty easily. Like, I can just twiddle them like that. So this thing, in theory, may not actually be as durable as I think it is. And the next thing that I really don't like is that this is open. So pretty much your entire circuit board is open, and that's bad for a lot of reasons. You know, a lot of dust can get in, and basically enough just mess up your circuit board. And another thing I don't like is they use this breakaway cable, and normally I'd be fine with a breakaway cable if I could use my own, use a replacement breakaway cable, but they used their own one, and so basically enough, if this breaks on you, you have to message them, and I think they'll sell you a replacement cable. So that right there is another big strike. And then on top of it, so the big features behind this are it has a Scanline Generator, and I don't remember the other ones off the top of my head because honestly I never used them. But the big one is the Scanline Generator, and this is $80. This is, I think for the price, I think that this is very overpriced, in my opinion. So, you know, the Scanline Generator is cool to an extent. It's a cool idea and everything, but I hate scanlines when I play my games. I absolutely despise them. I cannot stand them. Another perk to this thing is that some Dreamcast games aren't VGA compatible. Like right here I have Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. This game won't work with VGA under a normal circumstance, but it can be force booted. And this thing will just insta force boot, and that's, you know, a good feature, but again, that's kind of a gimmick because there are boot discs that do that same thing. And the next thing, the whole HDMI output isn't very convenient because it doesn't upscale anything. It's just 480. And in case you guys are wondering why you haven't seen any gameplay, it's because I cannot get this thing to work with any of my capture cards, any of my HD capture cards, and that's because it doesn't do any upscaling. So naturally my capture cards don't pick this thing up. I have heard that there are some capture cards that there's one AverMedia one that will work with this thing, but you know, AverMedia products are kind of sketchy to say the least, in my opinion. So I think for the price and the build quality and everything, I just don't think this is worth $80, you guys. Especially when you can go out and get these Tomy VGA cables, and you know, people complain about them all the time and stuff, but I've never had a problem with this set that I bought about 3 years ago now. I've never had one problem with them. These go for about $15, and you can get an HDMI upscaler for about $15, so that's $30, and then it'll display in 1080, and it'll be compatible with your new plasma TVs and everything, because this won't be compatible with your plasma TV if your plasma TV doesn't support 480. So the Akura box, I think it's a little bit of a letdown, in my opinion. Very big letdown for me, at least, just because it's not the solution that I thought it was going to be, and that I think a decent amount of people thought it was going to be as well. I can't recommend it in good conscience to you guys, just because it's not as great as I had hoped it would be. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. If you like this video, like it down below, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a wonderful night, YouTube, and peace.